When we were in the context of the motion picture business, I think we had many setbacks for the first 4 years. And I said, we don't have a choice. We've got to be able to do this very differently. And I think the solutions that emanated were that you had an entire country that was very used to one single genre, which was family genre, with musicals and songs done brilliantly. And here we were, the outrankers in the entire thought process. And how are we going to break that mold? We started working with younger talent. We started working with open mindsets, directors who were hungry, and an audience that we felt was looking for a certain amount of change. And for us, the turning point for us was Rang De Basanti. It was, to me, a glass ceiling moment among many glass ceiling moments that we did. Just about 8 or 9 days before we were releasing the movie, we got a call from the censor board chairman, who happened to be at that time 𝘙𝘓𝘯𝘊 𝘍𝘢. And she said, Ronnie, we have a problem and we're not going to give you a censor certificate for this movie. We didn't realize why and how. And to that extent, we kind of digested. She said, well, you have this thing where you're taking on the Russian mega aircrafts and you're shooting the defense minister and whatever else, and this is not going to work out. And we need to show it to the armed forces and everybody, and the government overall. And I went across, and Amir and the director, Rakesh Mehra, and we three of us sat down. And the first thing Amir told me was, we're not cutting one scene from this movie. We've done this movie with an extremely clean heart, and we're not going to cut a scene from the movie. And at that stage, I have to say that while I fully agreed with him, my heart sank. Because we had put 40 crores of our money at that stage, which, you know, at that particular point in time was huge money. We went across the next day to a screening. We didn't know what we were walking ourselves into. And inside there were only 6 of us already there. The defense minister, who at that time was Pranab Mukherjee, who is now our president, and the head of the armed forces, the head of the Navy, and the head of the Air Force. And Pranab Mukherjee sat down on the chair, and he was flanked smartly by Waida Rehman, who at that stage plays the mother of Ajay Rathod in the movie, and 𝘙𝘓𝘯𝘊 𝘍𝘢. And then the 3 armed forces, the people sat as per the normal requirements right in front. Anyway, long story short, the movie finished. The defense minister got up and said, I don't even know why I'm here. I think it's a finely made movie. Just go out and release it. And the head of the armed force and the head of the Navy looked at all of us and said, fine movie. And the head of the Air Force looked at all of us and said, you know, Mr. Khan, Mr. Mehra, Mr. Screwvala, I get calls from 10 mothers every month inquiring and worrying about their kids flying these aircrafts. After your movie, I'm going to get 100 calls from 100 mothers every month. But please go ahead and release your movie. It's a fine movie. And for us at that stage, we also realized that for all the cynicism and all the negativity that you talk about, we still run and work in an incredible democracy. And I think we should be extremely proud as a country that we work in a very powerful democracy, and that we take it for granted in so many ways and turn cynical in so many ways, but it's actually such an incredible asset. And to me, that is a glass ceiling moment, breaking moment amongst many others.